Mr. Umesh, sir, shall we start the session?
Okay, good morning to all my colleagues online.
Just a second, sir. It's
Mm.
a introduction speech, like just a
You want to
second.
you want to give a speech? All right, please
Yes,
give a
sir.
speech. I'm happy. Give a speech, no problem.
Good morning, Anandal. I am Bhavana from PS Quality Certification Private Limited, Chennai. Welcome you for today's session. We have 20 years of legacy of operations. Check this sentence. We provide support to higher education institutions across the nation for accreditation and ranking of NAAC, NBA, NIRF, NABH, and NABL and other supporting and value-added services, and guide the HEIs in updating the deemed university status and complying with other statutory requirements, and a guidance in getting certifications ISO, green energy and environment audit, and academic administrative audit. Training in NABL, NABH, FDP, VAC, and quality tools. We also support HEI in forming MOUs, securing consultancy funding, and establish tie-ups with international universities. PSQC is well-established professional research and development organization supported by highly qualified, devoted, and experienced professionals focusing on achieving quality. Today, webinar on NAAC submission of AQAR by Dr. U. Chandrasekhar. We are honored to introduce our speaker, Dr. Umesh Chandrasekhar, a highly respected administration trainer and consultant in field of quality assurance and higher education strategy. Dr. Chandrasekhar begins him remarkable blend of experience with over 18 years in academic and 25 years in corporate leadership, including senior roles plus the Times of India group. He has played a pivotal role helping institutions navigate national and international accreditation like NAAC, NBA, ACBSP, and ISO 21001 2018. He is certified AACSB evaluator and ACBSP mentor, and currently serves as an adjunct professor at the Kirloskar Institute of Management. His areas of expertise include IQAC development, strategic planning, outcome-based education, teaching, learning, innovation, and institutional branding. Mr. Chandrasekhar has conducted 50 plus workshops and sessions across India and continues to mentor several institutions on their journey to academic excellence. We are truly honored to have him with us today to share his insights on AQAR submission and best practices. Once again, I am happy to welcome you, sir. You can take over the session now.
Uh, Thank you very much, Bhavna. I think I should have recorded this and sent it to my wife. Uh, Good morning, everybody. My name is Umesh. I prefer to be called Umesh. This is just a basic an exchange of ideas and information. There are a lot of changes happening in NAC especially, and I wanted to just highlight a few of the patterns and practices which I think institutions should follow as a form of best practice. Many institutions take NAC and the process as a documentation part or just a form filling part. Actually, it is very strategic in nature. So my presentation basically will have two key elements to talk about. The first one will be how do you create an enhanced accreditation report through structured documentation. Some suggestions I will share with you. And the second part will be that I will also tell you why this is important in terms of AQR to prepare for the new paradigm. And new paradigm is basically the new NAC which is being deployed. Hopefully, it's already being delayed, but eventually I think it's going to come around. And I will briefly also discuss and show you the transition between the current NAC and the proposed NAC as we understand today. I mean, don't hold a gun to me and say you said this, but this is based on the assumption of what we have data at this point of time. So these are the two things. And if anybody wishes to ask a question, please do stop, and please do let me not continue. Please stop and get a clarification. If I'm able to help you, I'll definitely be help you out, or any of my colleagues who are today here with me, all my co-panelists and all members here, you can also contribute and add value to this discussion. It's basically just a brief discussion. The how the format goes basically will be that we will talk primarily about an AQR, what an AQR really means in the strategic sense, and there's a mini quiz. I would like you to participate and say yes or no. So please don't run away. It's a very easy quiz. You know the answers. Even if you know the answers, say the answer. If you don't know, still try. Okay, because this quiz sets a framework for what I'm going to discuss over the next couple of minutes or half an hour or so, or whatever the time it takes. Then you'll have basically share with you the overview of the new NAC criteria as we know today, and how it aligns with the AQR and the current NAC criteria. I'll share with you briefly. And then after that, what I'll do, we will try to see how to enhance certain parts of the AQR elements. What are the pitfalls, what are the risks, and what are the strategies you can require to improve upon it. So, and there's a part A, which for the AQR, and there's a part B, which is more of data collection and best practices. I'm primarily going to focus more on the quantitative matrices. Quantitative matrices is also very equally important, but I think I will try to give examples from the quantitative matrices so that there's much more awareness as to what has to happen. So there's some criteria by suggestions I've given. And finally, what I'll do, there'll be a summing up conclusion about 8 to 10 points as to what I think you should take home and work with it at institutions. So if we're ready to start the session, what does the AQR really mean? It's a quality assurance report, right? And the report is basically based on, the purpose is very simple. It is to commit to a continual improvement process at the institute, and it's also a benchmarking process of an institution's various activities in terms of what I call arms. Faculty deliver arms. Not the arms to fight with. It's academic research and individual contributions. So academic research and intellectual contributions, managing institutional responsibilities, and assess societal and professional engagement. These are the four key areas which faculty deliver. And by and large, faculty are also responsible for most of the activities and most of the inputs which come into the AQR. So faculty and AQR cannot be separated and divorced. They have to work together to create a high quality AQR. And the AQR also helps you to maintain accreditation. And the new NAC parameters which have come in, which we will share with you, again re-emphasizes the fact that it has to be holistic and a continuous improvement processes. Okay, I'll start the quiz now. So I want some responses, yes or no. So you can turn on your microphones and say yes or no, or flash a hand, or do something to tell me that you're engaged in the process. So let's start the first question. Yeah, it's
Yes.
true, false, maybe. Yes, sir. Any question? Okay. First question coming up. What do you say to this question?
True,
I,
sir.
just give me 1 second. I'll be back. Okay. 1 second. Just I went away hoping that you would discuss and find out. Right. First question. IQS are responsible for creating the AQR. Are you who? What is the answer for that? Any volunteers?
True. True, sir. True.
Uh, who says
True, sir.
no? Yes. One answer is true. Any other answers?
True, sir.
True.
Yes, sir.
Anybody is saying false? The answer is false.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello,
I
sir.
can, of course.
Yeah, IQSA is not the only person. It's the whole team, the whole institution together. IQSA just guides, it takes it
Yes.
forward. It is the
Right.
teamwork. The whole
Right.
institution has to join together to
Right.
do this.
Shabana, I'll have to send you a chocolate after this. So we are going to send chocolates to all the right answers. One Cadbury chocolate is marked to you, okay? Uh, so the word is actually collating and curating. IQS are responsible for collating and curating the AQR, not creating the AQR, right? So IQC requires a lot of support. IQC is just the front end of it. The back end support comes from, like Dr. Shabana said, it is from multiple stakeholders within the institution. Good one, right? So it is not, so when you say true or false, that's why, just think for a minute and then you'll understand why I'm going through this process. Second question, ready? Interesting? Okay, no, so far so good, right? Right.
False.
False. Very good. So you saw the double negative there, right? So AQR is a strategic document. Is it more strategic than SSR or less strategic than SSR?
Less strategic than
No, more.
more.
Yes, because you're building on that. You see, your SSR is like a building. If you don't have a proper foundation, the building won't stand, no? Right?
But there are certain times where we can change whatever. Sometimes we can
You
change it
can,
also, right?
we are
Yeah.
looking at the best practice. We are looking at the best practice. Best practice is that if you're going to build a strong house, have good strong
No.
bricks and create such
Yeah.
a strong structure that the foundation is unshakable. And that way, if the foundation is unshakable, when the inspector comes to examine the house, you have to give him less bribe. As simple as that, right? So that is the reason I am saying it is actually it is strategic, and SSR is basically an outcome of your efforts. So I would say AQR is much more strategic to a degree than the SSR. Because SSR is basically an outcome, but AQR is the building block, right? Next question. Shall we go ahead? What do you think?
True, sir.
True. Say true or false. Don't say yes or no.
True.
True. No, it is false. They are not routine mandates. They are very, very, very important. They are not form filling. They are very, very important, and it's not a matter of compliance, because if you understand it is a strategy document, it can't be compliance document. So AQR is a strategic document, and it is not routine mandate. It has to be completed to the best of the ability and given the fullest amount of data, verified data possible. So therefore, subsequent AQRs are not routine mandates, but are evidence of progression towards a successful NAAC certification or improvement in your grades. Next question. What do you think?
It has to go with the documents like what every.
AQRs you prepare at the end of the year. Would you agree or disagree?
No, I don't.
No,
Because
sir.
at the end of the year,
False.
we might
One by
not
one
be-
by one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. Yes.
Yeah. At the end of the year, we might need something. So as you do it, we should need to have some kind of a link where the documents are submitted subsequently and there is no mismatching or anything. So that's
Yeah.
in our institution, if you do it
So
together.
AQR is not to be prepared at the end of the year. AQR has to be collated. AQR begins from the day one of the starting of the year.
Yeah.
AQR has to be prepared from the starting of the assessment year, not at the
Yes.
end of the assessment year. Are we clear about it? Other people, if any disagreement or any discussion, please do talk. Huh?
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? So AQR is not a
Yes, yes.
end, it is the beginning. So it has to start at the beginning of the year. In fact, the best AQR will start, say, suppose argument's sake, suppose your academic year was 25-26, your AQR formatting, design, plan should have started somewhere in April, May, during the break. Because then you have a schedule, you have a timetable, you have timelines, you have objectives, you have got the quantitative matrices, you have got a plan as to what need to do. You would have reviewed your last AQR, and you would have also found out the gaps in it and address those gaps. So therefore AQR preparation starts, like a wedding. It starts right from, from the day of engagement. It starts not at the day of the wedding. So it is not a year-long process. In fact, it is, to my mind, a good AQR is a 15 months process. At least 3 months before AQR assessment year starts, we should start working on the AQR. Are we okay? So far, so good? Am I going very slow or fast? Are we comfortable?
Sir, very interesting. It's very good.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right. Next point. What do you think?
False, sir.
False.
False.
It is
We
not.
need
It is
to have
not.
evidence.
It is absolutely stupid if you follow that, because you will die. So that's why, I go back to the process. So therefore, I understand, if you're going to improve the quality of AQAR, these are the things you have to remember it. Basically, IQS is not the person responsible. They require support. They can curate, collate, and they can present information. AQR is a building block of a strategic plan for continual improvement and getting the counts right. Therefore, it is equally strategic or more strategic than SSR, because SSR is a summary of all you've done over the last 4 or 5 years. After accreditation also, AQR becomes critical, because AQR also sets aside the routine. It's not routine, it is to define clearly what you're progressing. And this progression is very, very critical for the new NAAC cycle, because this defense system accreditation is very, very important. And AQR is not prepared at the end of the year. Preparation for the AQR begins well before the year starts, so that you have a template. So therefore, every AQR, when it's ready, you must do a minutes and have a gap analysis and find out how to incorporate things you are missing out. Because in the quantitative matrices, you cannot show, suppose you have to show 100 items, you can't show 100 in 1 year. You have to have a spread. Therefore, it's very, very important to routinely pre-check and review the last AQR before you plan the next AQR, so that there is a continuous process of enhancement. And it's very, very important to have evidence-based documentation when filing AQR, and I'll tell you why. Because earlier they would use third-party auditors to verify quantitative matrices when you file online. Today I have my doubts. Today they may use that, but they will also use AI and ML, and especially they'll use the AI, and they'll use very powerful tools. And these tools have an ability to correlate information from wherever and everywhere. Therefore, if you put something in the AQR and finally you rely on it in the SSR, then if you can't back it up with evidence, then you don't get the points. Therefore, it's it is mandatory to have evidence-based documentation when filing AQR. All right, this is the first part of the quiz. There's one more slide. Okay, right now. Certain AQR will have a statement at the bottom: data template is not applicable to this metric. Those of you who are doing AQR will know. Yeah, and I'll give examples to you.
Qualitative matrix.
No, not necessary. They may not give a template, but it's still quantitative. And many people miss it. I have seen a lot of AQRs, they don't understand the question, and then they miss out completely. And I'll give examples to you.
False.
Therefore, if AQR statement says data may not applicable to metric, then the onus on the person preparing AQR is that you have to make it measurable and smart. Do not write without making, what smart, no? Smart goals, specific, measurable, accessible, realistic, and targetable, right? Smart goals has to be the mantra when you put this in. And the second part of the mantra, which I will again come back to you, is called the 5W2H. What, when, where, why, who, how, and how much. that has to be quantified and put. Because ultimately, like I said, the evidence, sometimes, you miss. If you just read the English part of the for AQR, you will miss, because there's certain key terms that they've used, and unless you don't look at it, then you will be finding it short, right? So therefore, data template applicable, that means the onus of you giving data is much more important. Because if that template, the template is uploaded as Excel, and then the system calculates. Whereas in this case, system will not be able to calculate, so you have to give data in a very strategic manner. That's the purpose of the statement. When I say AQR, I mean AQR criteria, the criteria. So if the AQR statement, any other information at the end, what does it mean? Is it voluntary, or what do you think?
It is voluntary.
No, it is not.
Needed. Voluntary.
It is not. It is your chance to give a unique process. It's a
Best
chance to put data, or chance to put some innovative practices in place which justify what you're doing and create validations in terms of counts.
That's why
I
it
would
is
never
voluntary.
leave. I would not leave it. I would never make it voluntary. I would, any information, I would definitely put data in it.
Okay.
And I'll give examples to you. Then why should they put? See, if it's voluntary, why should they put? They remove it. No. Think about this way, no. Like when you go to a wedding and you're sitting for a meal or something, so they say, do you want anything else? They ask no. Right? If it's voluntary, so therefore, when they have given it any other information, if they mentioned there, it means that they are looking validation, and you have a chance to improve your validation. It may be qualitative, quantitative, but a chance to improve validation. So don't assume that any other information is voluntary. I mean, if you have nothing to do, nothing to give, fine. But I would suggest you look at the criteria, look at the sub criteria, and find out whether there's something very interesting, important, relevant, smart goal, which you can put in as a additional information. No harm in it. And please don't look at AQR as just a part of NAAC. AQR is a mother document to improve your institution's quality overall. Forget about NAAC, everything else. It's a very, very big document, a strategy document to improve your quality and to make you more competitive, more relevant, more focused, and also more meaningful to your stakeholders. That's the reason why we are saying that AQR is, you don't look at AQR just as NAAC. NAAC is only one tool, but a very, very good AQR is going to leverage multiple benefits to you in terms of quality enhancements. All right. So I would say any other information is not voluntary. Please try to create content. I will share with you one or two examples, then you will understand it. This is easy one. Hello?
False, sir. False, sir.
It's true.
Google Drive or not.
Not acceptable. Trick question. Shabna ma'am has had a good breakfast and good coffee, tea. She is all, ready to correct. So this
Yes.
is, you understand what I'm saying? Absolutely not. And I have gone through at least 25, 30 websites I've gone through of NAAC A and NAAC B and all. The websites are in a very bad shape in terms of data available there. And it's mandatory by way of NAAC. I'll come to that later. Okay. So there's something called supplementary details. Is it necessary? Not necessary.
All details are necessary.
Necessary.
No details should be
Necessary,
missed
sir.
out.
Necessary.
Yeah,
Required.
it is supplementary details are very important. You have to do that. As simple as that. Okay. Last one. You know what's ATR? No? Action taken reports.
Yeah.
No,
False,
no,
sir.
False,
it has
false.
made, no, it has major
has
role
has major role to play.
to play.
Yes.
Major role to play.
Yeah.
Now we are getting into the game, right? Okay, next.
False.
Is definitely going to add value, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I always tell people there's something called the redundancy effect. You see? Like suppose somebody is coming home, four people are coming home for lunch. Huh? And if you're cooking, the housewife will never prepare for four lunch for four. She'll have at least 4.5 or 5 she will prepare and keep. So it's called data redundancy. It's always handy to have additional evidence and data for any criteria, because in case something is not up to mark, you have got enough cover to ensure the criteria is fully covered effectively. Okay. Next one.
True.
True. That is easy. This is individual answers now. Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you aware of IRINS? People are aware of it or not?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes. So there you are. IRINS is basically, you go to the IRINS website. It's run by the Ministry and Gandhinagar. It's a part of the Infilab. Ask a librarian to register it, and you get a very good dashboard. A
Publication
lot of dashboards
encyclopedia.
available. Please check it out. And if you don't have it, please start it. I mean, it necessarily means all faculty must have with one ID numbers and all those things. There's a process. Please talk to a librarian and get that going. And why it is important is because this is one part where we always fail, and this is validation from third party also, and it's very useful also to have this effectively and up to date, so that when you are looking at NRF and other criteria also, you can immediately they can access data. So we have to enable it. All right. Second part. How many of you know a site called Excelli?
No, sir.
Right.
No, sir.
Okay.
We are not aware, sir.
Huh? How many?
Not aware.
Not aware.
Not
Ah,
aware.
okay. So, see, I'm not going to show you all those things. You know, do homework. We share this with you. Do homework. Excelli is a very, very beautiful site. It requires effort. It is a third party. It is not like, it is not the bibliometric part, or it's not like Elsevier or somebody giving you the, H index. It's a independent site, which I find very interesting to do research on. So if you're looking at research publications and intellectual contributions, please do visit Excelli, because you will have the best in class across
Janne.
the world. Over 1 lakh institutions they have recorded there. So you can look at it. I'm not saying depend upon it. I'm saying just explore and see what has got to offer you. And as researchers, you'll find interesting data there. All right. If somebody says yes to this, I'll open the website and check. So you decide before you say yes
Yes,
or
sir.
no. Huh? Is somebody going to say yes? Shall I check the website, or shall we say work in progress and go to next point?
Go to next one, sir.
Yeah, you understand now what I'm saying. It is just not a piece of document. It's a 360-degree version. This is again true or false?
No. False.
False.
They do
False.
use AI tools.
They are going to use AI
False.
tools.
True,
They are
sir.
going to use AI tools. They are using a lot of AI tools they're using. And if you're creating data for your own AQR, I mean, I like to use Claude, CLAUD, Claude AI. I like to use, because that gives you very good quantitative metrics analysis. In fact, I use Claude AI for all my course outcome, program outcome measures and charting and analysis, and in ATRs, everything. You try Claude AI. I mean, up one level is free, but I have got subscription. It costs about $20 a month or something for me. But I do a lot of work on research areas, so I use that. So if they are using AI tools, no harm in you using also AI tools. But you don't use AI tool like a student's cut and paste. You create a tool, read it, understand it, rephrase it, and make sure there's a logic, and make sure that whatever content the AI has generated, you own it and you validate it. Very, very important. And there are many tools available. In fact, if you have Airtel subscription, phone subscription, the new kid on the block, Perplexity is given free to you. But professionally, I mean, I am comfortable using Claude AI for AQRs, and you can try it out. Okay. But again, the warning is don't blindly follow it. Don't become University of Wikipedia. When the output comes, understand it, read it, and make it so it makes sense. Okay. So that is what. So you can also use AI for your AQAR, but within this discipline of data. Next,
No, sir, it's a teamwork.
it is teamwork, and I'll tell you my personally, if you ask me today, I think faculty members are not the greatest people to create data and collate it. It's primarily because of the work pressures, and second thing also is because this requires a bit of training and training and discipline and processes which have to be followed. So I would always say that faculty members can work independently to some extent, but faculty members require support as a team. And it may not necessarily be another faculty member, because it can be a blind man leading a blind. Therefore, you require a strategic group also to oversee it. And that is missing in many, many institutions. In fact, many institutions have seen that the dean academic is also dean IQAC and all those things. So so then what happens is that then there's always confusion, because there is a process which has to be put in place. So if you don't have the process in place, then faculty will not deliver, and faculty per se does not deliver. In my experience, faculty find it very, very bothersome. So the best institutions have separate team. In fact, I am from Coimbatore, and we have pretty decent institutions in terms of what is there. There's a PSGR Women's College, Krishnamal's Women's College, which is, I think, top in arts and sciences and top 10 in NRF consistently and AA. And they have a team. They have faculty by rotation, because IQAC require rotation of coordinators, but they have excellent staff, people trained, in computers, data analytics, Excel sheet, and also in creating content. They've got writers, special writers who can write and who can present information effectively. And that is a skill which faculty may not have. So I think faculty cannot work independently. They require some sort of training, and also hand-holding and support, of course, is required. Okay.
True.
True. Right? Now, all right, how was this? Quite interesting, no? Huh? Now,
Sir.
shall we come to the meat and vegetable business now? Hmm? Certain things I will not be able to share with you, but you just enjoy it and understand it. This is the proposed framework. Again, I'm saying, please do not hold a gun to my head. This is the proposed, the parameters of NAAC, and it's 900 is for the first part, and 100 is for the uniqueness, which is impact, innovation, situatedness, which is 10% of it. Now, if you notice that the input and process, the process attribute is 37.5%, and out of 900 is much more. And therefore, what is new is item 6, which is extended curricular engagement. Otherwise, by and large, they're the same. Forget about the right column, the ISO mapping. That is done for my requirement, because ISO also can help you to create a value in terms of your data for your NAAC. This is the basic thing. Now, if you notice here, the highest thing is learning, teaching. Can you see? Learning, teaching, extended curricular engagement, and governance and mission. Top 3. And student outcome and sustainability. So basically, the meat of the matter for the new NAAC is number 5, number 6, number 8, and number 10 has come in very, very strong. In fact, if you look at research and innovation outcomes, it is only 8%. It's important. So now you understand how this whole process works. So this is the assurance of quality requirement. This is the new parameter with the score segment. Again, this is the proposed. I don't know till they comes out. But this is the framework which I have experienced so far. So now the idea is that when you prepare AQAR in the current format, in the existing format, make sure that there's also provisions you create for these particular new criteria or attributes also. And I will now take it to one more level. Next level I'll take. Next level is this basically. Okay, now this is the new indicative mapping of subcriteria. Can you see subcriteria I've given here? Curriculum 1.2. Now, the current quantitative matrices I have put on this side. on the right column. Can you see? You understand what I'm saying? Somebody say yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Huh?
sir.
So the QNM 141 is the current NAC criteria.
Yes, yes.
All right, current NAC criteria. So you understand? So what,
Yeah.
nothing has changed? Nothing. No, here so far nothing has changed. No, basically, right? Your faculty 30 faculty called 30 marks is still there, no? Right?
Okay.
So this
ఒకసారి
is
అనుష నిలిచమ్మా. అనుష ఇదిగోండి చేస్తాం. చేయండి.
okay. This is the QNM matrix. This is exactly what it is in the AQR. Okay. Then if you come to the next level, the next level is again the other seven. Again, can you see has it been a difference? Same I have marked here also. You know. So these are the same quantity matrices we are given here. Or in some cases, I given what is important I have given here. So this is the cross matrix which I have given here. Then if you go to the next new standard 8, 9, 10, you see 8, 9, 10 is absolutely hyperlinked and mapped for you. And 8.4 learning experience surveys is 60 marks. It's just a marks here also in the current NAC. So this is also, and this incident is the highest score for any particular criteria. 8.4 is the highest score. 60 out of 900 effectively is the score for this. So this is the challenge. Number 10 has become very, very important. Number 10 has become extremely important because they're looking at 10.1 community activities and stuff like that, which is much more in detail. Therefore, that is something where you have to prepare for in the AQR part. When I said no additional information, you must, if it's available, prepare and do it with this. This is the, so therefore, new proposed NAC as you understand, and the current AQR QNMs, which I mentioned here. It's not exhaustive, but I want you to just have the idea that this is how closely they're related. So when you're doing an AQR, it is no longer just a formality, it is a strategic document because you're going to build your next NAC cycle accreditation based on this AQR. So be very, very careful that you address it to the best of your ability, right? Now, what are the key elements which you have to create in, see, the God or the devil lies in the details in validation. And I will give you one example of a model step by step how to create this data and validation. The second thing is that, institutions don't have embedded standard operating procedures and what's called the PDCA loop. Those of you who are in either operations or technology or management, it is a Deming cycle: plan, do, check, act loop. And PDCA loop is the essence of all CIP in NAC or any other actually quality accreditation. So NAC also is no exception. Activity, event, some data, some point, plan, do, checked, act. Check means get evidence, act means do the ATR. This cycle, and the shorter the time frame of cycles you create, the better it is, because you can then keep on immediately adding or changing data as you go along within the year. If you wait for 6 months, 9 months, it is too late. Because procrastination, if you procrastinate, alright, we have done this, we will make a report later, or we'll do it later. Oh, no, it's okay. He is doing it, they are doing it, we have got information, we think it's enough. Sorry, you'll be found shorting. And second thing I have also experienced is that student teams, because today faculty are also not, we are not as good as our students. For example, I use Canva a lot, but my students are much better at Canva. So student teams, I'm not saying take everybody, create strategically some good student teams, and faculty can identify, have some student teams who can work with data with some training. And this data can be non-sensitive data. It need not be sensitive data, like event reporting, attendance, all those things. They can, student team, you can give them some certificate, award, reward, engage student teams right from day one. And especially if it's a UG program, it's much more easier because they're with you for 4 years. So take somebody from second year and third year. Fourth year, you don't take them. Second, third year. So the second year people, the third year people will train second year people, and second year people, when they go forward, they'll train. So there's always a cycle of skill available to you. And in most smaller institutions also, I have seen where there are hardly 500, 600 students because admission is very, very poor in many cases. They have 4 or 5 students who are absolutely brilliant, better than faculty. especially doing Excel data, all those things. So therefore, I think student teams definitely at the level of AQR is very, very useful and helpful. In fact, in most institutions, they're scared, but I think it's a question of faculty engaging them. I know, and this work can be interesting, made interesting for them. So do also look at student teams to create a high value proposition. And when student teams do the AQR, and if they're committed enough, you'll find that they will also motivate other students to work, participate, get attendance, get the count. So it's important to also involve student teams. I am saying not all, I am saying a strategic set of students you should be involved. And I know in my experience, I have done about one, two, three, four. I mean, I do AAA audits. I have done quite a few. In fact, I just did two last week. I'm doing one next month, two next month actually. And then I have found that faculty to create, collate, and comply and communicate not going to happen because most faculty don't find any personal advantage. And they think that I'm overburdened, why I should do. And this is quite right too. If you give somebody multiple roles, faculty, what will the faculty do? Will the faculty chase students and chase fees, or will the faculty do studies or prepare for exam papers? So multiple roles always creates a problem. Therefore, what happens is that I have seen in most cases institutions, the performance of the faculty who are entitled to do with this IQAC and the IAQA processes, not that they are bad people, but they are just not in a position to, they are overwhelmed with the activity. So what happens if you're doing too many things, or if you've got responsibilities which does not give you breathing space. You have to teach so much, you do this and also this, all the work you do becomes compromised. So I think there is a reason why I'm suggesting that you and I have seen most of the AQR suffer because it is they say, oh, and many departments have been, they will say, I ask them, where is your data? Okay, now you have got data for research. Okay, can you give me a list or a folder or report about academic year 24-25? What is the research and intellectual contribution of a department? Say mechanical engineering department, the 9 faculty, they will have something, and they say, oh, we have all given it to IQAC. That's not going to happen like that. Ownership has to be with the department. So therefore, there is always a need to understand that AQR quality will depend on management also understanding that there is a role load, and there's also a training required, and also there is this support is required to have a very good IQAC. And even in the smaller institutions, I have seen that single institutions I've seen, or single program institutions I've seen, that there are challenges there also. See, the idea is not that. Idea is that you do minimum, you'll get B. Earlier thing, you'll get B, or you whatever, B plus plus. To get to A or A plus, you require that level of input and that level of quality in your assessments and reports and documentation. I mean, I'm not talking of under the table method. I'm talking of the right method of doing the NAAC processes. So this is the any questions so far?
No, sir.
Um,
Yes, Manita ji.
sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, Angelina
You
ma'am.
said that it's little before what you said. This Google Drive links are not acceptable in AQAR, you said.
Yes.
Can I know why?
See, because as a policy, any accreditation agency, including NAAC, they do not, because a Google Drive is an anonymity, it's cloaked under the anonymity. If it's in the website as a drive, as a folder in the website, then the ownership is established of the documentation of the data by the institute. A Google Drive does not establish the ownership.
Okay.
Right
Clear.
now.
Clear.
So you understand?
Yes.
So
It should be on the website, is it?
yes, it's mandatory.
Okay.
I will share you. I'll show you exactly where it is, where it says in the in the IAQ documentation. I'll show you exactly para verse where it says.
Okay.
So and that's the reason why the small things we miss out. And while it may not come out, you may say, what is there, professor? They may not see it. No, see, they are not seeing it. Like they say, no. How do you know a person's morality and ethics? You put the person in a room which is fully closed and nobody can hear him or her or see or do anything in the room. Leave the person alone with everything he wants. Then see his behavior. you know So that's the thing. That's the reason why I'm saying. A lot of people ask this question. Google Drive is not an authentication.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, that's the reason why. And the reason why documentation, I have seen the people have put documentation. Just no letterhead, just Word document, made into PDF, no signature, no seal, no cross validation. I mean, if if there's a seal and a signature, there must be date of signature. The letterhead may have a date or document may have a date. That's the date of issue. Date of signing is important, right? And the date of signing should be within a reasonable time. It can't be that I issued the document on 20th of October and I'm getting it signed in 20th of November. That's not possible. And that's the reason to close the loop, they're demanding these things. And one can say, they're being very fussy, but unfortunately, all laws in this country or any country are for the exceptional people, not for the normal people. So normal people also have to suffer because of exceptional people. That's the reason why. Are we clear about it? And you can see there are very good sites. And if you go to any double A's plus sites and all, you go. I mean, I don't want to give name of institutions. There are beautiful work they have done there. The entire NAAC is laid open. In fact, one if you see those websites, you say, why should? That's why there is a need for document repository. I'll come to that later. Okay. Any other question? No. Shall you go to the next slide? Okay. Next slide is basically I'm going to deal with the elements of the AQR now. Okay. So part A is important. So part A is critical. So can you see part A? So part A, you give a declaration in part A. Yeah. So the first column is regular meeting of IQAC, timely submission of AQAC report and to NAAC. You're committing to it, no? Right? So now I want to ask all of you present here, what do you think is the meeting cycle for IQAC in a year?
Four, minimum four.
Minimum 4. So have you got the minutes ready? Have you got the summary of the report ready? Have you got it signed off? Have you made say half-yearly submission of process improvement to the management? Answer is no. And got feedback. Because AQR reports, if they're substantive in nature, they should be given to top management. If you look at ISO 21001, it is mandatory for top management to review and take action on the report. Therefore, meeting is held, but loop is not closed. Please close the loop. Please close the loop. Please close the loop within the format itself of your AQR by giving additional evidence, additional documentation, so that when it comes to the inspection or when it comes to the overview, when they're visiting, they will check on that. Therefore, very, very important. First part itself, you see, compliance is not there by many institutions. I can tell you. Timely submission of AQR report to NAAC, fine. If it is submitted, once the AQR is approved, and once the AQR is, you get communication that they accept the AQR, have you put on the website? It's mandatory, right? Next part, feedback is collected from all, analyzed and used for improvements, right? So there's a criteria. This is a quantitative matrix. If you remember, quantitative matrix A, B, C, D, E, right? So D is very, very important. D, that taken, action, reported, and closed matter. So that is also very, very critical. And if you don't show this in AQR, don't try to create a story in SSR. You will have problems. And this feedback from stakeholders is very, very important because it is just not teaching learning. It's multiple. And remember, the new NAAC, they're going to be very, very strict about it. And even now here, SSS survey, if you notice, you can do your own. It's beyond student satisfaction survey. They want to do everything else because what will happen when they come to meet alumni and other people and recruiters and staff and faculty, they will ask these questions. And therefore, I have found in many institutions it's very, very cursory, just to fill tick forms and finish off. No, there has to be a strong process because the basis of continual improvement, whether it's ISO 20001 or whether it's NAAC, is that are you listening to the stakeholders? And that is why you have to show evidence and data and ATR and compliance with this in letter and spirit you have to show. And unfortunately, many institutions are not doing it because NAAC is very clear. This is, if you see the objective NAAC, this is to offer the best possible, services to our stakeholders. No, that is the thing we have to do. And academic administrative audit. So it's conducted and it's followed up action. So I have done a lot of AAA. I've given a lot of suggestions. I mean, knowing fully well, and I always look at the institution's limitations, because I know, like when somebody from NAAC comes, some say government institution comes, oh, you should give 8th pay commission to all your faculty. You should have smart screen in all the 24 classrooms. All that they will say, but when we do an audit, we are looking at basic processes to make sure that they are in order. And for example, most of the challenges I have got when I go for AAA audit is that institutions do not know how to create and make a course file. And a faculty course file is the mother document for IQAC, and this is not the time or session to deal with it, but I think course file management is for department and for institution is very, very critical, and that's where we lack. And then they also ask for ISO certification. Now tendency is to just pay 5,000 rupees and get some ISO from Delhi or some other party and put it on the wall. Doesn't work like that. ISO certification should be from a proper, well-recognized institution, which they have got standards. For example, I can think of TUV, SUD or not. I mean, you can go back to ISD or PS quality; they'll give you information about it. It has to be a good thing, and as certification also, evidence has to be there that you've done the processes, you've done the preview audit, and the cycles have been followed. And again, ISO has also got benchmarking of quantitative data. Benchmarking is there, and whether you achieved it, what is the quality. So ISO certification is very, very important in some parts. You have points also, but more importantly, it sort of it reinforces your AQAR data, because there's a third party external audit happening of the ISO processes, which are almost 70% is in line with what NAAC wants. Okay. And the other part, quality initiatives by AQAC during the year for promoting quality culture. I am yet to see an institution there may be there, yours may be an exception. I'm talking of my experience. I have yet to see an IQAC calendar of events, where calendar has been planned and executed. I have yet to see. It's all ad hoc. IQAC should take leadership, because ultimately, please understand, IQAC is where the buck stops for quality. Therefore, you have to have a calendar, you have to have a process, you have to have initiative processes, and it can be any. This is a question of quality culture. What have you done in terms of quality culture? What have you trained? For example, have you trained faculty in outcome-based education? Can the faculty map the COPO and give outcomes themselves, or do they depend upon some computer or third party? So these are the understandings. Or what about error-free correction of exam papers? Have you trained them how to create it? In one small institution, I when I went for AAA audit, I asked them, you are having this. It was affiliated non-autonomous. So the final exam is done by the university, fine. But internal components are very, very important. They have a mock exam and they have two internal examinations. For each subject. And I asked the faculty say, no, we just put total and we give it to students, and students will check and tell us if it's right or wrong. I said, no. So why should students do that? Students can do it, of course, it's their right. But I'm saying, if the two faculty there, you evaluate your paper, say Umesh will evaluate his papers and give the marks there, and Shabana will evaluate her paper and give her marks. Then we will switch the papers and we'll just do totally. We won't see the answer code. We'll make sure that all the questions have been given marks and all the totals are right. So there's a cross validation check, simple qualitative measure. That is where IQAC should get small initiatives how to improve quality. Okay, and look at the second part. IQAC meeting compliance or distance have been uploaded to the institute website. Mandatory. How many of you done it? Answer is no. So see, if you see part A, first part of part A on the left column goes to the middle column, and it also goes to the last column, which is significant contribution made by IQAC by bullet points. Right. This is not a quantitative measure, but this establishes that you have a robust and a healthy IQAC as a starting point. That IQAC are the architects, or IQAC are the civil engineers, or IQAC, whatever you call them, that you have a very, very robust process of IQAC in place. This is part A in short. Any questions about this? So how many of you today can say part A, how many of you are currently say 50% or more compliant? Anybody? Or 60% or more compliant? I see a lot of IQC people in the system. Come on, IQC, tell me no. This sheet, how much of 100% compliant? I will send chocolate. Shabna ma'am, I have made a note here. I have to send chocolate to Shabna ma'am. Only one chocolate so far. Anybody compliant? Somebody say yes, no. I don't know. Am I online, offline?
Not 100%, sir.
Okay.
Really?
No, 100 is very big. 100 means I have to, I have to, I can't, I have to send you a whole box of, whole bus of chocolates. 50% or more. 50% or more, at least. Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
so part A is fine. Do you want me to go back to
Yes.
anything or shall I go to the next part now?
Mhm. You can go to next one.
Next part you can go? Okay. What is the next part? What
It's
is the
about all
next part?
the,
Part B, no?
yes, sir.
Right. Okay.
Criteria.
Now look at this. Now this is the part A only. This is the summary. Now you asked me, website. Somebody asked me the question about website. Please read this. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay. Please read the bottom line. So does this answer somebody's question who asked me about website? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just reading.
Yeah, please read. If you're okay, then if you say I've read it, then I'm keeping it here only. Don't worry.
The pure team report means the previous team
Yes,
report.
yes, yes. And ATR.
Okay.
I have last 3 institutions I have been, and the report has come, and no discussion has been held by anybody. The principal is kept it very safely filed, and IQC does not have a copy. You should have an ATR on that, no? Because if you don't address the PTR findings, the strength, weaknesses, and OFEs in the AQR, then you're failing, no? That's the problem. So PTR must have an ATR and action plan to enhance quality, and that becomes a part of your IQC strategy for next whatever cycles you need to improve on it. Okay. Shall I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I hope nobody's sleeping.
No, sir.
All awake, hopefully. Right. Okay. Now, what are basically the best practices? Quick overview. Quick overview will do. So ATM, draw money, from ATM. Accurate data collection, timely data gathering, meticulous documentation. Because the tendency of people is not to do timely gathering. Memory will fail. So any event, anything happens, you must have data within the same day. In the current institute, we are running a CSR campaign for 5 days. We are running, and I am getting report at 4:30 every day. I'm getting report from 5 points. So what happens in the morning when I see it, I can do corrections right away for next day and third day, fourth day, fifth day. So at the end of 5 days, because I'm getting regular reports, my final report will be much easier, and any problems or any gap in data I can cover in the first day itself. For example, suppose you are having a 5-day FDP, argument's sake. If you are going to wait 5 days to get a report, you are dead. So first day itself, you must have a checklist of things and data you require, which I share with you also. Then you know, okay, first day I have not done, second day I can do. Then you can cover up. But after thing is over, you try to do, it's too late because the participants would have gone away. The resource person would have gone away, and faculty would have run away, and all these things will happen. So therefore, accuracy, timeliness, and meticulous. Meticulous means attention to detail, because therefore detail is very, very critical. This is the ATM method. So what do you require for NAAC document? Any documentation for best practices is the ATM method: accurate, timely, and meticulous. ATM method is the formula which I like to use. All right. So this, now you will say, what is it? Next one. Next one will be much more challenging. We shall go to that now. My screen is hung up, so bear with me. I'll have to start again. One second. Let me start my PowerPoint again. Sorry about that. If it's okay with you, I think if I present it is giving trouble. Let us see anyway. Mhm. One second, please bear with me. Okay. Is the screen visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, see, understand the process. See, and this is a formula which applies to every case. So now let me go through sequencing, how to enhance data. I told you it is about the 5W2H method. It's a generic indicator list I made. So any documentation you make today, any documentation must have at least these 11 documents. Yeah. Proposal letter, approval, program leaflet, agenda speakers, topic outline, syllabus or table of topics delivered, timetable schedule for the particular event or whatever it is, learning outcome data, and evidence. So even if you look at, for example, your course file, you must have a letter of approval that so and so daughter Angela will be taking this course this semester with this subjects. Then there'll be a program leaflet is your syllabus. Then you keep on breaking down like that. So this is the entire thing. I'm talking of events here because lot of content metrics are based on the programs you run and VAS programs you do and other value-add skill development programs you do, which I'll deal later. But this is exactly what is required. This is entire looping. Okay. I'm just keeping quiet now. Just read through this, and if you disagree, agree, or discuss, we are happy to discuss. Any comments or any particular point you want me to clarify or justify or remove? Because sometimes we may say or add, please do contribute.
What do you mean by proposal letters, sir?
Which one?
The
Ha,
first.
ha. So basically, suppose you're proposing an FDP, or suppose you want to go for some training. Suppose you're saying, to the director, my college, dear sir, I have been, I have been, my paper has been selected for presentation in the XYZ conference. So my propose, can you please permit me to go?
Oh.
Or a proposal, there's a proposal to have a departmental activity, that we want to create a departmental activity where we will have, say, what do you teach, what subject do you teach, or which is your favorite subject, ma'am?
I'm a nutrition person.
So therefore, so now we are looking at doing a community project to find out what is the nutritional challenges which children in the locality face. So there's a proposal you have to give. No, you have to give a
Okay.
proposal which will have budget, timeline, everything else, sanction, right? And that sanction has to be approved. And then once you have sanction approved, then to have an agenda program, who will do what, when, where, why, who, and
Okay.
how much will be the program detailing, right? And then you have an agenda, reporting system, teams, the entire process. This is just a generic thing I've given you to make you understand. Because, and you may say, why we can do it? No, the loop. Top management has to be in the loop. And, nutrition program you're doing, why are you doing it? Where are you doing it? Who are the people involved? When do you want to do it? How are you going to do it? How much will be the impact on the institution? How much will the learning be? Can
Like
I
an
can I map?
action project, you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. So, in fact, in one institution I went, this is a, it was a, it is a three institution conglomeration. They've got three different institutions, but the same umbrella. And in one institution is arts and science. They had a department of English, and they have done very, very good items. Very, very small things they have done. Department is small, 25 people. I asked them a simple question. I said, you're the Department of English, and today English has become, unfortunately, very, very important. So what have you done to extend your activity to other departments? Why should not other departments, suppose, and they're talking about excelling in communication, in spoken communication in English. They're doing some training sessions for their own students, and they're doing some demonstrations. I said, why have you not taken it to the other departments? Why have you not taken it to the other institutions in the group itself? Right? So the scalability. So once you have the scalability, and I know the intra-institution, inter-departmental processes all gain. If you're an engineering institute and you have got a department of physics, they may have things which other departments will also find interesting. So that's the reason why we require a holistic approach to this. And the evidence why we require evidence like this is because today people can cook data. You can make reports. If you want, we can create a lot of false data. But why do we have to create false data? Because we can do data right from day one. We do a lot of activities. Our challenge is we don't have a proper discipline of managing data. This is last of it. And look at number 10. Number 10 and number 11.
Sir, number 11, semester-wise report of events
Yeah. No, not
means
event. No. Department.
department. Acha, 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 acha.
Because all departments should create a semester-wise report, and that should be consolidated, and IQS will make an annual report for the entire
Okay,
institution. And in that annual
okay,
report, if in the annual report, your IQS report also included, your AQAR also included. You can see, I can go back and show you if you want. They want an
okay.
annual report. They want an annual report. You can go to some good institutions and see it there. A lot of people are having good reports. And annual report is critical because the annual report captures the essence of what all you have done. And in fact, if you read the NAAC, they say that your AQR should be a part of the annual report.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why. And hyperlinks
Okay.
we are creating, we don't have to put hyperlinks in the institution. See, there are levels of hyperlinks. So I am saying you don't have to disclose everything. There's something called the blind link, right? Suppose it is called ananda.edu.in, right? Slash you put report, and this report can be kept blind. Blind means others won't see it, but you will have a link with you to click and see it. And when the
Okay.
time comes, you open it up.
Okay. Mm.
So it is there in a website, but it is not there for public domain. But people who will have this link and click and see it. And
Mm.
tomorrow, if you want to do it, you just tell your website administrator, Baba, make it open. He will open it, and anybody can see it.
Oh,
Are you following what I'm saying?
okay. Yes, sir.
If you're not very clear, then please talk to your IT people. They will tell you. So these are called
Yes.
blind links, and NAAC lot of time use blind links we use because sometimes some point of time we may not want to disclose to everybody everything. So NAAC, because we do that, we use this sort of links we use. But it's the institutional link. It is a part of the institutional link, so ownership remains with the institute. Okay, so that is something important. And social media, you please seeding you have to do. All faculty should do LinkedIn seeding, whatever they do. LinkedIn you create, institute, everything you create. Because today, unfortunately, marketing is important. And we are
Okay.
very careless. That's why many people now, people who have money, institutions have money, and they get that much easier because they have people who investing money. They spend 10 lakh, 12 lakh rupees a year to do social media marketing slash information putting, which I'm saying, I'm not saying do it, but again the point is that and ultimately who does it help if faculty puts these things in the LinkedIn, and AI can search out and find out. So if faculty gets the credit and your resume will improve, no, your profile will improve, no. So I would suggest to faculty to be proactive with LinkedIn, but the only condition I tell is that you please have a SOP. Because since it's the institutional phase, you must have an SOP and a template which is approved by the institute. Don't dump everything because you are doing the institution work. Yes. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Let us look at some of the criteria. Okay. One example I've taken. This is criteria one I've taken. I've taken number of courses offered by the institution. And what are the three things there? Employability, entrepreneurship, and skill development. Correct? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So now how many of you have got a calendar of events for each of these three things?
We have, sir.
Each item. Each item. Employability, how many programs? Skill development, how many programs? Entrepreneurship, how many programs? Therefore, that list has to be there. In many institutions, they put everything
we
together.
have,
No,
sir.
keep
We
it free. And please understand, there's also one more thing which happens below that: number of VAC courses for important life skills offered and the student enrolled. So both of them work together. So you have to create a strategy, and the logic is there. And this logic applies to 113, 121, 132, VAC course of 133. And for 133, please make a note 133. I will not tell you what it is. I'm talking of the old standards here. 133 onus is very, very high because you have to create different level of courses. So you may have to tweak the courses, work them to have differential values. So you have to either change the title or change the nomenclature or change the sequencing so that they look a uniquely curated program. And you will say, why should we do that, sir? Why can't we repeat it? For the simple reason, the argument from NAAC is that, once you start doing one program every day, like, resume building, you will make it like a clerical activity. There is no innovation, no improvement, and students' requirements will not be met. Therefore, you have to fine tune and create different set of programs and counts. Very, very important. And this is the bottom part you're seeing, data requirement. This is this is what you're saying. This is the standard bandage everywhere. Can you see here? And you have to prove this. Direct bearing. So when you have a program, have you got a program or say program a course you're giving or whatever you're giving certification courses, or you're running courses, or you're running short day workshop on entrepreneurship, skill and development. Have you got a course outcome? Yes or no? Hello? Have you got a course outcome for all these things, or you're just running it? You must have a course outcome You must have a measure of assurance of learning, and you must have a feedback system to see what you've gained. And direct bearing. Watching cinema is not is not an activity. You can show cinema. I will tell you how to show cinema also if you want, direct bearing. But you have to have a structure. So the point is not that. Point is that this is very important structure. And this has to be justified. And I have found many people just doing it without applying the main. So there has to be, so there's employability, and these are all transferable skills. So that's why they want like this. And can you see, they want a curriculum, they want a syllabus. And if the courses are embedded into the curriculum and they're beyond the credits, what is the approval system? And if you've got MOU, where is the MOU? And again, it says here, can you see here? You have to give evidence basis. You have to give the federal 2S method. What was done, where it was done, how many people participated, who did, how much was the benefit, what is the learning outcomes, and all the thing about attendance, everything. All that thing comes in here. And if you look at 133 and 513, 513 has become very, very important. Now again, you refer to the clause and IKS. IKS has become very, very critical in the NAAC. NAAC system now, Indian knowledge system has become important, and also as per NEP. So I would suggest please look at Indian knowledge system and see how we can create some value there. Okay, so when they say any additional information, no, it's not compulsory. It is very compulsory because you have to justify the activity at the bearing. There you create report and say, we did this activity or these things, workshop we did, or we had this short-term courses of 20, 30 hours, and this is what we gained. This is why I'm saying you can't leave that empty. Okay, are we clear? Hello?
Yes.
Is it too much or all right?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Then let me look at criteria 2. I'm just giving some indicative examples. No, this is a very big document, so I don't want you to have a huge session. This is an orientation I'm giving you. So ratio of students to mentor for academic and other issues. What is the ratio for mentee? We don't know, no? Right? So they want number of students assigned. This is for autonomous institutions, by the way. Okay, it may not fit you, but I'm just giving an example. Most of the people we normally have are either from autonomous or affiliated non-autonomous. That's fine. So formula mentor mentee. What's your strategy? What's the strategy for mentor mentee? Does the mentor continue throughout the 4 years for the student, or do you keep changing them?
No, it has to continue throughout 4 years.
No, therefore, don't
No, the
understand.
mentor,
Therefore,
the mentor has to
therefore, file description says upload year-wise numbers and full-time teachers on roll. So they'll do a ratio matching. Circular, right? So circular must have mentee, name of students. Correct? And it says data template is not applicable to the metric. Can you understand what it says here? But I am saying data is very, very critical here. Evidence of existence is one thing. Proving at effective deployment of this practice of 233 that mentorship is not on paper. So is there a mentorship policy in place? Is there a meeting evidence? Is there a report? Is there attendance? And is there a student card system? You know what's the student card system?
yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So,
Yes.
is it there? And this student card has become very, very critical because some point of time now they're saying that you must have counselors. Right? So what is mentorship? And have you given, and when they use the word mentor, have you trained faculty? Has IQAC given a 2-day workshop on mentorship? IQAC? Who is that IQAC? Tell me, no? Any IQAC members? I'll catch somebody. 1 second.
Yes, sir, we have trained.
Assistant in IQAC, what? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So,
What sort of a training, sir, we can give? IQAC? Training,
mentorship training?
mentorship,
No.
is it?
Skilling, mentorship is
Quality
not,
initiative.
yeah, mentorship there's a 2-3 day workshop. See, mentoring is just not, giving them tea and hugging them and saying, well done. Mentorship is very, very important. See, please understand the theory behind mentorship is that we are called in locus parenti. You see, because our students, apart from sleeping, they spend most number of hours at our institute. Correct? No, every day. Therefore, we are in locus parenti. We are actually technically we are their guardians. So mentorship is beyond, is just not, academic mentorship. True, but there's also some skilling required. And I think, in terms of qualitative metrics, in terms of mentoring, and in new NAAC, this becomes critical.
Can
So
you
if you
just
don't have a policy,
so can you just explain how to take this mentor-mentee forward? One is having a student card, then
no, you have a process. I mean, that is a whole different argument.
okay.
Basically, I'm saying a circular must be there. It must be updated. Ideally, don't keep changing mentors every year because it's a progression state. If somebody has come, at least first 3 years have the same mentee. Faculty will change. I understand. Faculty attrition is very, very high, but where possible, try to make sure that you have a constructive approach. Otherwise, every semester you change. What's the point?
Okay.
Excuse me,
So,
sir.
yes, sir.
We have another policy here.
Uh,
The first year students are under the BSS faculty mentorship. All
uh,
BSS faculties are mentor of the first year students.
hmm,
Then third year, second year, third year, fourth year.
uh,
Then corresponding branch teachers are the mentors of their mentees.
correct. No, nothing wrong with it. I am not saying perfectly acceptable because first year is a common subject, no, basically.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so academically fine, but then when they move ahead, no, basically the idea is not only academic well-being; it's also their spiritual well-being. The holistic health.
Sir, in sometimes, so suppose in CSC and its allied branches, so more students are admitted. But in comparison to civil, mechanical, agriculture, in that cases, some of the other department faculty members are also the mentors of the CSC and allied branches.
I totally agree with you. That's a that is actually better in many cases. I'll tell you why.
Yes,
That's
sir.
better in many cases because that person, that the other faculty has no agenda, no.
Yes, sir.
The agriculture faculty will have no agenda with the mechanical student faculty, correct? No.
Yes, sir.
It is a very healthy practice, in my opinion. But there should be a circular, there should be SOP, there should be training given on mentorship, because principles are same, no, boss.
Yes, sir. No,
Yeah,
SOP for different SOP is there. So according to the SOP, and we have circulated the mentors in
correct.
every year. If it is changes, if a faculty leave the college, then you can assign the other mentor
Right.
to these mentees, sir.
So, okay, sir, what are the five key learnings you have got for AQAR 24-25 from this exercise? Can you give me 5 key learnings you got?
Sir, excuse me.
You have got the process in your institute, right?
Yes,
This
sir.
mentorship process. So,
Yes,
can you
sir.
give me five important learning IQAC has got from this process?
Sir, first thing is if, understanding the mentees
No. That's the process. I am talking about outcomes here. What
outcomes.
what is the benefit to the student stakeholder from this exercise?
Sir, actually in this exercise, students are more benefited. Suppose if any type of academic problem, suppose there, yes, sir.
Right. Therefore, I am saying SOP has to be pakka.
Yes, sir.
And you have to follow the schedule of meeting. You have to have a document evidence of process.
Yes, sir.
Because this will come under graduation outcome and graduate student support. It also come under what's called the indirect stakeholder measure.
Sir,
Because because mentor mentee will give a direct stakeholder satisfaction. He can write and give. No,
yes, sir.
right.
A-
You get the point.
his, if a mentee's application is forwarded to first mentor signature is there. Mentor is forward to the mentee's application to different authorities.
No, I agree with so boss. I agree with all the process. You do the SOP. I'm talking about outcome.
Yes, sir. No,
I
there
know.
are academic, administrative, all
Boss,
outcomes are there.
boss, please understand. I call this phenomenon called PIP square, PIP square, and
Yes,
this
sir.
is a disease everywhere, including IITs. I can tell you. PIPs. You know what's PIP square? Process in place, performance in pieces. Yeah. So IQC will understand what I'm saying. Process in place, but performance in
In
pieces.
pieces.
वो ऐसा
Okay.
नहीं होने का. It shouldn't be like that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay,
So
sir.
that's
Thank
why.
you.
So when you're saying data name not applicable to the metrics, I think this metrics and it's Q&A metrics. So you have to really give evidence of execution. Are you okay with this? Are we
Sir,
clear?
yes, sir.
Huh? So studies is required here. So just following and cutting pasting won't work. Okay, so this is it. And also this policy gives you outcomes for student satisfaction measure also, no? है ना? And also helps you as early warning system if somebody requires support, wellness support and all those things. Huh? So that's the reason why this 233 has become very important here. Okay. 2.2 number of student complaint grievance against election happened examination. Is 0 a good number?
No, sir.
You should have some cases. Is it?
Oh, sir. Many cases, sir. Grievance.
Huh. Okay. No exam.
Exam related, sir.
Yes. So are you autonomous or affiliated?
Autonomous, sir.
So how do you resolve it?
Sir, through proper channel, sir.
Nah.
SOP is there.
No,
Yes, sir.
no proper channel. So your percentage of complaints should be less than 5%.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, how is resolution done? Have you got the minutes? What have you got a independent committee to look into this process?
Committee examination committee is there, sir. Dean examination is the head of the committee.
No. Dean examination is a party to this problem.
And yes, sir.
Sir, Dean examination is a party to the problem. How can he be a member of the committee?
No, sir. Member Dean examinations.
Sir, this is a complaint against the examination. How can the if there is a complaint against the Supreme Court judge, how can the judge himself be the member of the committee? Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Therefore,
Yes, sir.
you see, any grievance has to be the party should be not interested in the party. You never appoint Dean examination committee. There should be somebody else.
Sir, in affiliated institutions, how can we go about, sir?
Affiliated, non-autonomous, autonomous.
Affiliated institutions,
Autonomous or non-autonomous, I'm asking.
non-autonomous.
Non-autonomous, definitely you have to write to the control examination at the university in proper documentation. Go and send by courier, get a seal of acknowledgement from the person and report it and follow up and say, sir, what happened?
Okay.
Every university will have the manual. In the manual, they'll have the SOP for complaint resolution processes. That must be documented and kept.
Yeah. So should we have a committee for that?
No,
Grievance
not committee. No, committee. No, committee will be to follow up to find out what's happened. No.
Yes.
And you may require a committee to buttress your evidence or your complaint against the university. No. So you can invite that, but autonomous affiliation, you have to follow the SOP given in the manual of the university, exam manual. But what happens is that we don't keep evidence and documentation. So if suppose who complains, have it in writing. Faculty's complaint, for example, question number 2A is not in the syllabus or wrongly formed. Okay, write that, right? Then that report is prepared. That report will be signed by the the superintendent of the day, no? Correct. And then the COE will validate it. And then the principal, taking the evidence, will write to the proper authorities, send by speed post, keep a receipt of the speed post copy, or if possible, send a duplicate copy and get a ledger entry done if it's possible, so that they have received the copy, and then do one follow-up.
Okay.
And see if resolutions happen, close the resolution. Not happened, make a minute and say we have written to university 2 times, nothing has happened, so this is where the status stands. Loop closing, last one.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So can you see 2.2, 2.2? I have repeated here, but I am coming down here. Can you see here? 271.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Triplets.
Yes. What does it say? Data template not applicable to the matrix. Does it mean you don't have to give data or you have to give data? You decide.
It is not applicable, but data is required, sir.
Data is not required. Data is required to the nth degree, and I have very few institutions do this correctly, sir. And today 271 says you can design your own questionnaire. I have seen questionnaires in institutions with 5 questions. And yes, no, tick, tick answer they will take. So what is your strategy for this? What are the kinds of questions you will ask? How many times will you conduct a survey? And ATR reports are absolutely pathetic. Because this action taken report of the survey should go first to the committee, go to the HOD, then go to the principal or director, and be presented to the governing council. And then loop has to be closed. And then timeline has to be there. When the report is made, who is responsible, when we'll close it, and that has to be reported and closed, and that has to be minuted by, at each level. And if the matter is matter of scaling it, if the matter is severe, it has to go to the governing council or board of management, whatever you got in an institution. They have to take it under consideration, right? So this is very, very poor. This is, I find it very, very unhappy with this. So this requires improvement. And in new NAAC is very, very critical. They will see this heavily. So you reframe your question strategies. Some examples I'll give you. For example, can you see here? Some examples, For example, institution performance, 6 parameters we can take. There are examples I can't share with you because these are confidential information, questionnaires, but I'm giving you one institution, 6 parameters we have given for institution performance. Right from admission, academic, the whole lot. Then you have got teacher interaction performance because that is the most important. Teacher learning parameters, 40 parameters we have got. I'll give an example to you later. I think I've put it. Program outcomes. So now each program has a program outcome, POs. Now you should ask the student that, at the end of this semester, how much of PO have improved. This question never asked. And, in terms of life at institute, 18 parameters. And any other view you would like to express how to improve. And the Brahmastra, the most difficult question, what is it? It is very, this one. Right? Hello? Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And course
Yes,
feedback,
yes,
20
sir.
parameters. And if it's UG, end of semester 1, semester 3, semester 5, semester 8, exit will be there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 cycles you got. And other stakeholders also you must now have at least annual survey of alumni and of staff and faculty. That also must create. Report, minutes, ATR and notices are very, very important. They're missing. And survey must have at least 70% response if possible. And normally for students, name and roll number is kept voluntary because otherwise they will lie and they will cheat. But then if you do it blind, then one fellow can fill 100 forms and create problem for you. The strategy is to make sure that they do it in a lab once and lock it off. So that, one fellow, who doesn't like you and he'll keep on filling forms. It's happened before. And you can make out by the data. So basically what happens is that we make a student sit and we say, okay, I filled it. Okay, give me a screenshot of the submission, which just says you submitted, doesn't give response. And we have evidence of that like that. So you have to be very careful that the data you collect is robust and not biased because students are very smart. They will, if you give them anonymous links, they'll keep on filling, 100 times they'll fill, and you'll have skewed data and the problem becomes very big. So this is one very important thing. One example I've given you. For example, this is one example which we use. So this is given at the end of every course, every semester, every subject. No, we do this. So if you see item number 9 here in this institute, can you see? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? So obviously it's a low score. Three point. See, our target is 3.5, but we're getting 3.42 here. We set targets as goals. IQs you can do it. And the reason was that that particular faculty was not communicating very well in class itself. And they were not giving practical examples, or giving them activity based learning was not much, or the faculty are not able to relate to the industry part. This is for an MBA program. So this is one thing. Can you see this rating? This is one example I've given you for this. Right. Are you okay for time? I've got another 10 minutes. Can you manage 10-15 minutes, or you want to go away?
No, sir, you can manage.
Okay. So now see, there's something called 3.12. Okay. So now my thing is that always institution will have no money for this. Okay. But suppose your argument is, suppose you got 5 lakhs, you want to give 5 lakhs, right? 5 lakhs are not going to help you here in this 312. But I would look at 363 and 364 and 3.7, because they're community activities in the old scheme. If I put money there, maybe I get a better points, because the point weightage is more there. And 312 is only 10 marks. Other thing comes to about 35 marks. So maybe the 5 lakhs, I will not give to seed money, because I just can't. But I will use some money to create a better value for community extension activities in 363, because the more points are there. So AQR must look at this part also. How do I invest money, limited money? Can I invest it separately to get higher score? Because ultimately we require points. Okay, one example I'm giving you of the 3.12 versus 3.36. Please study it and understand. And AQR may create a strategy where you know if you're going to invest money and resources, look at 363, 364, 37, because there it's easier, lower hanging fruit, but the number of points aligned is higher. In the old SSI, new SSI is of course too high, extra, beyond curricular, all those things come in. So definitely 363, 437 is very, very big in the new NAAC.
Hello,
Ah.
sir.
Hmm.
Seed money is available in the budget, institutional budget, but
No.
faculties are not interested to take the seed money for research.
So then if you're not interested, then why are you giving money to them? You use the money to create extension activity and create more tamasha, more branding, and more points for that category. No, because 3.36, 3.37 has got almost 40 marks. No, total.
Okay.
My point is this. No, I mean, if you're showing a budget and not wanting to spend it, that's different. But if you have assigned for category 3, say 5 lakhs, and faculty is not interested, put at least 3 lakhs into the 3.6, 3.4, and improve your points there, no us.
Okay, sir.
And create IQR strategies, to improve AQR count. Well, there's a count there, number of activities.
Yes, sir.
Library, you see, library, always we have difficulties. Now faculty must do this. So one suggestion I've given, one institute was that they're saying students are not coming, sir. I said, very, very good. You do one thing, every 3 times a week, you partition a part of library and make some round desk and have remedial classes. That weak learner business, we have got weak learner, slow learner business. You conduct the classes to a small group, conduct the classes in the library and you make them work and sign. So your count goes up, as simple as that. And your placement training, do it in the library, count goes up. Register number count goes up, right? And faculty should also put course plans, small embeds, where they have to go to the library and give reports and create other thing. Another thing is that, in terms of electronic resources, the count is there. Please look at British Council digital membership. It's very, very nice, very, very cheap. You can go online. It's called British Council digital membership. They give access to hundreds of things, and it's only costing some 4,000 rupees per year or something. Please see this, very, very important. Institutions have taken it. They have taken 3-4, because they're saying 50,000 rupees we'll keep 3 licenses, and we can share the licenses. And it has got EBSCO, it has got a lot of things it has got. You please discover it. British Council membership, digital library membership. Okay, not expensive. And it's a very, very good resource to use. And you can get assignments, especially in the liberal arts and in even management. All this is very, very useful. And also for training, for placement, general knowledge and awareness and all, they're very, very nice. So I would suggest all of you to look at the British Council digital membership. It's available. Just Google it, you'll get it. And it's in India also. Last I saw it, I paid 2,999 2019 for 1 year, and I enjoyed it very much. So maybe you can take 2 or 3 licenses and see how it works. If it works, then we can invest more money where the money is available. And this counts will also then help improve our count, because you can keep a track of usage, and it also helps us to count. And many libraries, they have Koha, which is the open source software library, but they don't have a system of entering proper registers, and account is not there. The librarian must be told that every day you make. In fact, the entries are very poor. They don't put properly. Entry should be date wise, serial number, name of student, ID of the college, department or program attending, and then his signature. That should be the case. So this is something which we have to increase. So, and this number will not increase. So get if you're using e-resources, electronic resources, Delnet and all those things, please also notice there are a lot of other free online books available. So you should have a whole list of books available. OpenStax, for example, OpenStax. OpenStack is there. They've got a lot of technology books. All books are there. You create those in the website. Tell the librarian to make a website, and and put all these resources there. And this resource can be linked to the course plan which you make, and the students can be encouraged to use it. That we are showing A, e-governance, and B, electronic enablement of library. 5. See, 5.1.3 and 5.1.4. Can you see? Soft skills, language and communication skills, life skills. All these things are there. And awareness of trends in technology. Now, 1, 2, 3, 5. So you have to break it down and create an entire schedule. So suppose you have got orientation, you have a 5-day life skill enhancement program. You create like that and create a schedule and put it properly. Now what happens is that here there is no logic or strategy. You just do without this thing. That's why I'm saying AQAR planning must begin before the year starts. So this entire calendar has to be made, and calendar means the same thing: proposal note, approval note, the whole thing you have to create for it. Okay, and awareness of trends in technology is very important. I don't know how many of you are saying about AI ML. Whether it is an art student, commerce student, science student, engineering student, AI ML deployment, Internet 4.0, Internet 5.0, right? Cryptocurrencies and all the technology, the thing must be taught. It is no longer just technology. It is technology in life. So you have to teach them that, electronic banking, the whole lot you have to teach. So this is very important. And the 513 becomes much more important also in the new NAAC parameter. Very important. Okay. Because the new NAAC focuses more on skilling and upskilling, and creating a skill set which is differentiated, and enhance the employability and entrepreneurship. So 513 becomes more important in the new NAAC.
Sir, the number of hours for this 5.1.3, how much it should be some minimum?
See, I mean, my strategy is that if it's soft skill and language communication skills, placement training, create a client calendar and put it in the timetable itself. Put in timetable once a week, 1 hour, 2 hours a week you put. That way, you have a regular cycle of activities. And each activity must have a theme. You can't have a general thing, must have a theme. Must have a soft skill, body language, you can even do role play, theater acting, multiple things you can do here. Idea is that students are engaged outside the classroom to create skills, because in the classroom they don't get the skills. And capacity and skill comes only outside the classroom. Right? So, and here when life skill, they're looking at the holistic development of the student beyond academics. Wellness, as you call wellness, they're looking at. You see, that you have to create a program like that. And number of students benefiting from this guidance, coaching, exams, and career counseling offered by institution. This is you require again, career counseling and all. Placement team should create the strategy. Apart from GATE, CAT, and also look for other things. For example, in Tamil Nadu, you've got TANSET for MBA or for MCA, and you've got MAT for MBA for national. So take those things. GATE, CAT, all of them may not be liking to apply, because ultimately GATE, CAT, students may say why should we do it, but definitely MAT and TANSET training you can give, because the lower fruit, but still important. And attendance, certificate, feedback from third parties preferred. And use a thematic approach, not just have a good plan, why you're doing it, and plan. For example, if you're looking at, say, competitive quantitative skill, numerical skills, thinking ability and communication, all that, part by part created. And you can always also take the third party things you can invest in, but these cost money. They cost 1,200 rupees, 1,300 rupees per student. That is something which I don't recommend. If you have the money, fine, do it. It was called earlier, it was called AMCAT. Today they have changed the name. I think they're called DHL. There's some tools available which are pretty well established that you can use. But more importantly, what happens is that if you structure it as a part of placement training and everything else, then it comes into the calendar. It will come as audit course or a non-credit mandatory value-added courses, and it helps you all the ways across other measures also. This is how it is. And ultimately, if you look at the number of hours, today, skills are very poor. So I mean, if you're looking at, say, one semester, I would definitely look at least 2 credits per semester minimum, and 2 credit being almost, say, 20 hours minimum. 20 hours is what I would suggest in various forms. Yeah, and again, it is how you deal with it, and it is not necessary that all students attend. At least get some students attending, some schedule in place, so that the cyclical training goes on. No, so that is very very important. Okay, 5 is there. 6 is right. So 6, basically structure again, FDP, MD, professional training. You got that. Today now I think most aggregators are looking at basically online courses they recommend for faculty also under SWAYAM and all those things. So many people have made this a mandatory. Many institutions have made a part of FPA, faculty appraisal performance appraisal system, that faculty must complete at least 2 courses online, more courses from SWAYAM or MPTL, whatever it is. So you require a strategy for that. So this training calendar has to be there. So the training calendar can be followed, and then you get certification from third parties. That is very very important. And now today IKS is mandatory, and AICT does courses about all these things. So please make sure some people register and complete the courses so that your faculty competency is there in that. And 6.53 IQAC, IQAC, I have found that, there is very, very poor quality. Most institutions don't even have a decent strategic plan or institute development plan. And IQAC has to account for that. And, in many cases, IQAC, central repository is missing, SOP is weak, and deployment of AAA is very very poor because management does not see value. In one institution we went, and I literally folded my hands and begged the chairman, sir, please do not give this person 2.5 roles. Person was dean academic and dean IQAC and chairman of the ICC. I said, sir, dean academic for 1,200 students is a very big job. Please create a separate IQAC coordinator. Didn't happen. So that is where the challenge is. So IQAC has to be re-strengthened, and ultimately ICAC is accountable. That's the reason I'm putting it here as a leadership weakness. 653. Okay. Okay. So so criteria 7 has now become very very important in the new NAAC, because they're looking at resources will be required for sustainability issues, waste management, this, that, all those things will require investment. There are no two ways about it, right? And this is, can you see a prescribed code of conduct for student, teachers, and staff and program regard? This I have found most institutions don't follow this in criteria 7. The code is very, very poor. They don't have handbooks. They have just got some circulars. It doesn't happen like that. There must be a SOP for these things, code of conduct. What happens? What is the expected behavior? What are the exceptions possible by prior approval? And what happens if you don't comply? What is the outcome? That should be mapped and kept. So there's a clear carrot and stick policy available for everybody, because code of conduct is always a question of carrot and stick. Do that. And you have to have programs. How many of you have done POSH programs? How many of you have done POSH programs for everybody? Hello? POSH? Yeah? No? You have to do POSH, huh? Okay. So
Posh
now
means, sir?
huh? What, ma'am?
Posh means, sir?
POSH?
Posh.
POSH.
Yeah.
Prevention of sexual harassment. It's a
Oh,
mandatory requirement now under ICC. All faculty must be trained in POSH. It's mandatory now. IQAC people, you tell them to have it organize it. IQAC does not normally, IQAC can organize it, but normally the director organizes it, or if you have a HR department, they have to organize it. It is important to have that training. Gender sensitivity and all, very, very important. Okay. That to see. Okay. Now let me just complete it. So the first thing is that, better to follow in letter and spirit. AQR has to follow letter and spirit. It is strategy, don't cut and paste. First point is that, so larger picture is to create a continual improvement and prepare for change and challenges. The new NAAC requires this more substantively. So new NAAC when it comes in, please understand your current IQR has to be really beefed up to make sure that you have data which is relevant and robust. And believe me, this AQR data requirement almost 70% is same. So you have to do it much more seriously than just cutting and pasting. And require strategies before the AQR period begins. Check halfway. You strategize before it begins. Check a halfway, and each quarter you check. Then doing end of the year action to fill data. That is not going to be a good quality. So right from day one, you have to have plan, review, plan, do check at plan and review cyclically, and then ensure that you do a proper 360 approach to AQR than just waiting for the 11th month and filing it with extension. Not good idea. Then you require a smart team. There is, I mean, it is not. I'm telling you, it is not the quality of AQR and quality of SSRs. You require a smart team. You require people who can write. You require people who are good in documentation management, and you require a dedicated team. You see, it is not IQAC. IQAC can only facilitate, but you require a dedicated team. In most cases, faculty will be under pressure. And if faculty is under pressure, then evidence won't be captured. Mapping reporting will be suboptimal. This is a observation which I've seen in many institutions, and I think we should take to something. We must need to address it. Otherwise, it's going to become more difficult. Trust me on this. It's going to become more difficult because new NAC, the manual intervention is going to be less. It's going to be AI driven. Therefore, if you give suboptimal, you will have suboptimal outcomes. And so therefore, you have to really create a smart team. And believe me, it requires training. It's just not going to be instinctively, you put somebody, say you do report. No. Because there's a science to it, there's a logic to it, and there's something called reading between the lines. So if your communication is not very good, and if you're not street smart, like industry people, we know exactly what the customer wants, we can figure out. Academicians can't. Therefore, they require some training in this to create a higher value proposition. And good handbooks, manuals, constantly updated. SOP data must be with timelines are needed. And these are always generally missed in many institutions, or they're done in one institution. I went, I said report, and they showed me. It says, sir, we have done the report. 2021 report they showed me. I said, Baba, we are in 2025. So it has to be current. So information is like currency. Like dollar or rupees, whatever it is, because it will depreciate. The value of that information will go down unless you make sure that it is reviewed and updated constantly. Then smart goals: specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, targetable. Smart goals: quantification of data, quantifying goals, even qualitatively, stage wise. In Likert point scale, good, very good. All those things are very, very critical in terms of compliance. And finally, substantively enhance your online presence and have a strategy for it. Don't just people do what they want, because there is risk of copyright, risk of libel, risk of slander. There must be a controlling policy here. There must be a SOP, and there must be some person monitoring it to make sure that your social media is completely there. And I would suggest to faculty to ensure that the LinkedIn and Facebook is there, and also start e-blog of activities with students, and also that you create a better atmosphere of information. So when students report on these things, through e-blogs and all, automatically, Google captures this data, and AI will capture data, and reflect back on the evidence. So this is the short and bit of it. Thank you very much for your patience. I will take any questions you have got. I'm sorry I ran over time. My apologies to you. So I am happy to take any clarification or any improvement I can do for my program or my understanding. I'll be happy to get advice from you also. or any experience you want to share of good practices, more than welcome to share with us so that we can all benefit from your rich experience of dealing with NAAC.
When are we expected to get the AQAR form?
Yeah, opening, sir.
I didn't get that.
When are we expected to get the format, the real?
No, format. See, you continue the current format. If you're in the cycle, continue the current format. We will do the format later. We have the current format, no?
But it will be from 7 to 10, no? It will be a little different.
No. You keep 7 only now. Now, as far my understanding is that because if you have got the NAC process in place, then AQR is mandatory. Whether you file or not, we have to maintain it. Because tomorrow they may say file like last time
Our
once they did, no.
Our institution just finished NAC process by May.
By May. So you got your accreditation certificate.
Yeah, we got it.
Right. So now May means, yeah, correct. So May means by next April you have to file an AQR, no?
For that, which one would we follow?
You keep the current format. You keep data as it is. Just fill it and keep it. Keep
We
it
don't
no
have to
ready.
get the 10 one. We don't have
Then
to
money,
change
nothing.
anything.
No. Where is documentation in the website? We can only go by website. No, we can't go by hearsay things. I am only giving you this as a additional medicine to keep ready to fire. But the
Okay.
current template is that only they've given website. I know we can't go beyond website. No.
Okay.
So, and they're also working at it, but like I said, the way I have seen the AQR substantive and mapped it to the so-called proposed NAC parameters, there is 70% compliance. The weightages will change, that we'll see later. But if you have the thing in place, no, then you can add, no. That's why I'm saying. So now, for example, suppose you're doing the AQR, now you got it in May, right?
Yes.
Your PTV report has come.
Yes, sir.
Have you had the minutes and data taken? Have you drawn a plan?
No, that is not done.
Right. Have you reviewed an institutional development plan and strategic plan, whatever you call it, to see?
We need to discuss, sir.
So these are the processes you start right now.
Okay.
Because it's June, July. See, academic year started July, August, September, October, November, December. So you lost one semester already. So you please catch up and make sure you've done that so that you have this thing. And in any case, forget. See, what is the basic? Why are you worried about AQR per se? The topic, the content, the objectives, and the sub-criteria are generic in nature.
Okay. But can we collect data based on the IKS and all, which is not there in the previous one?
You collect it. No. You collect it because you have to prepare for the next level. No, see, not having is not an option. No, IKS is mandatory. No, you go back to IKS.
We can include it for the profile and keep it ready, and then we can select it for that.
It is there in the first part. No, if you see the first part, it is there, but they are not asked for evidence. They will ask for evidence tomorrow. Definitely ask for evidence.
Sure.
So that is, and it is always a very. I mean, one can debate about IKS till cows come home, but sometimes
I'm just giving one example. There are many more which is added actually.
I agree.
Merged, some are deleted, so that's
I agree, but that's why I'm saying I believe in data redundancy. Like I told you, if 4 people are coming for lunch, I will cook for 5.
So more is better.
5 is better, no? So I believe in data redundancy. I'm very clear about it. I will always want data extra in hand. Because if there's a margin of error, that gets eliminated. So that's the reason why sometimes we do bare minimum, we're in trouble.
Okay, sir. It's a very beautiful outline, actually. For somebody your talk was a very beautiful outline. You touched on every aspect.
Yeah. In fact, I should share with you. We are on YouTube. That's okay. I'm actually attending my friend's daughter's wedding in Bombay. It's a big fat wedding. So I'm enjoying myself. So I'm again on behalf of ISD and on behalf of myself, I am honored to share what little I know with all my colleagues across the country, and my belated festival season greetings to you, and may the coming new year be more peaceful, prosperous, and conducive to our life. Thank you very much. And I will ask my controller. Controller, what do we do next?
It's a wind-up session, sir.
So, are you going to give a vote of thanks or just say tata, bye bye, and go?
Just a thank you session, sir. Thank you for your excellent presentation, and dear participants, thank you for your support and active participations. Now we have shared the feedback for e-certification in chat box. Kindly fill it.
All right. Okay, with your permission, I'll take leave. I have to go for the Haldi ceremony, which starts at 1 o'clock. Okay, goodbye all. Have a great time, and have a great weekend. And my best wishes and blessings to all of you. I'm signing off.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir. Such informative session.
Oh, welcome. I mean, it's a pleasure. I'm glad I could be of some help. I'm delighted. Controller, I'm going. Tata.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Love you all. Bye.
Dear participants, kindly fill the form in the chat box for the e-certification.
Hello, good morning, ma'am. Hello.
Hello.
Is there anyone, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, regarding the link, ma'am. Actually, unfortunately, I got disconnected. Once again, once I logged in, but I'm not able to see the previous messages, ma'am. Can you please put the chat box again, ma'am?
Yeah, it's in the chat box, sir. Kindly check it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Fine. Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Madam, those who are selected, can we leave the meeting?
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.